Hey kids, today we're going to work with this Echo PB250LN. We have a carburetor that we just took off this. This is a brand new carburetor as per requested by the homeowner. We want to change the primer bulb. That's the only issue that we have. And with this kit comes 4 primer bulbs. So we might as well prepare this carburetor as a spare. Okay, so can you do it on the unit? Yes. You would have to take off the air box cover, loosen that wing nut until it comes off, take out the air filter, and loosen up the 2 star head screws. You don't need to extract them all the way or else you're going to have a carburetor in your hand, because that's what's holding the carburetor. But loosen it enough so this choke housing is far enough away so you can get your screwdriver on this top left screw. Also, to remember, there may be some gas in that primer bulb, so if you don't want to make a mess, you can take your cap off and put in a little funnel and capture the gas. You may want to take off these fuel lines, just remember which one is which, and get the gas out of this as you're loosening up these screws. The other thing to remember too is behind that steel plate is a diaphragm. It is a very delicate membrane, and it is engineered so it is only correct use is clean with no any extra holes or scratches in it. So you want to be very delicate with it. I would highly recommend you laying this unit on its side and let gravity take its force. And I'm going to show you how to handle that diaphragm. Let's get right to it. Let's loosen these screws. There are 4 of them. You can use they're a multi-head screw, so you can use a Phillips head or you can use a flat head. I just prefer a Phillips head, just because they seat in better and they don't slide on you. So it doesn't matter though, whatever your preference is. I'm using a cordless drill at the moment just to speed up the video, okay? I'm not really that lazy that I got to use cordless, but it's not fun for you to sit there and watch me pull out each screw. What it took me to do all 4, I just did. It would take me to do 1. So hold down that steel plate if you got it in your hand, like I do, so we don't lose the membrane, the diaphragm. You can see now, as I lift this off, I'm going to grab that primer bulb and try to keep that membrane on the carburetor itself. Here's the steel plate with the primer bulb, and if you take a look, a closer look, if you can see how dirty that primer bulb is, and it's stiff. It lost its tensile strength, so it doesn't rebound too well. So let's put the new one in. So we're all set with the new one, but let me show you this diaphragm. I use paired tweezers. I really respect these things because they're very delicate. So there's no rips and tears, and you can see all these holes in it that are engineered so it works properly. You've got to keep it the way you got it, okay? And you make sure your hands are clean, make sure everything is clean. With that primer bulb that we just put in, the new one, we're going to set that right in. There's a groove that you can see and you can feel it seat in. Once you have that in place, you take your 4 screws, press them in until they stop, just to hold that steel plate and the diaphragm in place so you don't mess anything up. And once you get them in place, now you can tighten it up. I'm going to use the cordless drill again just to speed it up. I don't want to go all too tight. Just get them down to where it's almost snug. And now I use my handheld manual screwdriver. And again, I'm using a Phillips. And I tighten it snug, and then I go to the diagonal side. That way I press down each side. It's just the way I do things. You don't have to do it that way. Is it crucial? Is it critical? No. I just think it's good practice. So here we did this in less than 4 minutes, and let's check it. See, that primer bulb just snaps right back. Before it wasn't. And listen, it's doing something, right? So here, I'm going to feel it. I'm pushing that air right on my nose. probably the most sensitive, and I can smell a little bit of gas. But if you don't want to do that because you don't want to get any gas or anything on your face, you can put tissue paper. Some people use a lighter. I don't recommend that, or a match to see if it blows it out. But if you like these videos, feel free to share them, and you may consider subscribing to this video channel. I appreciate your participation. I want you to be safe, and thanks.